it on!
Hello. Yeah, I turned my E-cores back on. I don't think it was in any danger, but I noticed the game was still dropping frames, so I'm like, man, screw this. Screw this, man. Not feeling it.
Blaze building.
I don't really have fun playing that game anyway. It's just boring. I'm sure that game will get better later on, but I don't really feel like playing it right now. I don't have fun playing it. It's very one-dimensional and boring. I don't know, they kind of like neutered my favorite character. Don't like playing him anymore. I wish they left him the way he was. Feels a lot slower. I can't play as him anymore. Why do they have to nerf him? Just make the other characters better. I don't like the other characters, I don't like playing as him. I don't like the characters that can't run. They're too slow. Look at that video you posted in my Discord. I'll try to learn it. Let's see this. Oh, that's pretty cool. There was another one. There was another Infinite. Let me try to find that. Let me see if I can find it. I cannot find that video for the life of me. Getting a lot of unrelated stuff. Good old YouTube. Make sure you click on the stuff with the biggest views. It's clickbait. Probably doesn't even talk about what you're looking for. or what it's mentioning that you can't find what you're actually looking for. Gotta funnel everybody to the people with the most views instead of what's actually functional. Yeah, I saw that one. There's another one. Ah, whatever. I'll figure it out in my own time. I just don't like playing him anymore. They made him so much slower. Why'd they have to fuck with him like that? It ruined my favorite character. I just don't like him anymore. That's why I didn't play the beta that much, because they nerfed him. I didn't want him to be nerfed. I wanted him to stay the way he was.
Cherry hunted.
I guess I just have to learn the new stuff, but I just don't find him fun to play anymore. Shiva. I don't like the nerfs. I wanted him to stay the way he was. Yeah, but the kick was fun. Why they have to ruin it? Leave it the way it was. I just don't like playing him anymore. Final Crash isn't as satisfying to use as the kick. And the kick got, completely neutered. It's too slow. I already, don't like playing a lot of the characters in this game because they can't run. They're too slow. The characters that can just walk, I barely touch. To me, yes. I liked him the way he was. Why'd they have to change it? It's like the coolest character and they made him slower. That's what I always didn't like about this game, is that characters can't run, they just feel so slow. Just didn't really like any of the other characters, really. Pretty much just Shiva. It's the only one I really liked. Yeah, but they nerfed the Senret's can too. has a fucking ton of recovery. I just don't like version 8 Shiva. I like 7 Shiva. It's like the perfect character for me, but they just made him slow. Not fun to me anymore. I don't really understand why stuff even needs to be nerfed. Just make the slow characters better. Let me have my fast, fun character. I don't like playing as anybody else. Only him. Look at how slow the kick is now. It's agonizingly slow. So much fucking recovery. It feels awful. It's just like not fun to play anymore. Too much lag. This is making me depressed. One character I like, they make him so slow for no reason. That's why I didn't like playing the beta that much, because they ruined my character. None of the other characters are as fun to play as him. It's like the perfect character for me, and they fucking ruined him. So slow. Damn it. I'm just frustrated with the channel. It's not the game. Like, every single new game I've wanted to play has been disappointing or doesn't work, and I've been really demoralized. Wo Long sucks. Wild Hearts I was enjoying, but it runs like shit. And I'm just, like, really demoralized right now. It's not Street Sport's fault. Wo Long sucks and is boring and slow and runs like shit. I'm just frustrated. There's like no new games coming out that are good. I keep trying to play Wo Long, but it's just so boring. There's nothing to that game at all. It's completely one-dimensional. It's slow. It's just boring to play. That's the problem. There's like nothing even remotely interesting about that game, and it runs like garbage too. It just makes it even worse. Why couldn't they have just made Neo 3? Just give me more of that game. And make something that's just worse in every way. Tired of games being dumbed down for people that don't even like playing them. I'm getting really sick of it. Can I just have an actual technical game for once? Not dumbed down for the FromSoft players. You can't handle more than 2 moves. They've got a million games to play. Everything had to be dumbed down for them. FromSoft puts out the same game like every 2 years, and the combat never gets any better. Now, Team Ninja, the only one that was making good action RPGs, is just making games like them now. Dumbed down and slow, boring. It's sad. I kept trying to give that game a chance, but it's just I just can't stand playing it. I can't stand playing it. It frustrates me. I don't know how you make like 5 of those games and then suddenly like the latest one is worse than the first one. How does that happen? Yeah, but that doesn't have a release date. I don't know when that's coming. I hope it's coming soon. I need a good action game to play. There's just nothing right now. That's why my views are down, because there's no good new game to play. Still have stuff like this to play to enjoy, but in terms of like growing my brand, there's just nothing right now. Bayonetta 3 sucks, Wo Long sucks. Wild Hearts had potential, but the PC port is just completely unplayable, so... That game didn't last long. That game got uninstalled after like 8 hours. They put out a patch for that, by the way, and it doesn't run any better. I don't think it will ever be fixed. I feel like they had a really good chance to compete with Monster Hunter, but the performance and the bugs just killed any chance they had. And the game is also $70 too. That's a big ask. Charge $70 for something that doesn't work. It's sad, really. I think Monster Hunter does need competition, and I think Wild Hearts was like the closest that they've come to having like actual serious competition. But EA must have made them ship it in the state that it's in, and now it's taking forever for them to fix it. The player count is already like plummeted a lot. I hear it's pretty sparse on content in the end game, but I mean, to be fair, even Monster Hunter World and Rise were like that, so I don't think it's fair to hate on it for that, but the state that the game is in, I think, is fair. I probably could have made some good content for that game, but I was getting really triggered by the shit performance. I just couldn't take it. I mean, even if they wanted to do something different, why is everything that's not the combat is still worse than the first game that they made like that, which is Nioh 2? That's the problem. It's worse in every way, like... It's like, you know, you guys have made like 5 of these games, right? Expect there to be like some consistency. I get tired of people saying you can't compare it. You can't compare it to the other ones. Just because it's not the exact same thing doesn't mean you can't compare it. They've made better products than that in that same style. Literally like last year. A Stranger in Paradise. That game has more quality of life than Wo Long does. Even at launch it did. Yeah, Wild Hearts was actually really fun. I was actually really enjoying it. I was like on par to be like the only other hunting game I liked besides God Eater and Tokiden, but it just ran like complete buns. I couldn't justify playing it. I have a pretty good computer now. Not the best, but the way that that game looks, I should be able to run it like perfect. But it's just in a terrible state. I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying for this game. No, they're not. They said that the loot was supposed to be less of it. You just get more useless stuff. They lied. You still get a lot of trash items. You get less of them. But the RNG is even worse than before, because the special moves are tied to the weapon, and they're completely random. You have no control over them at all. Like, they said that they made it... They said that they made it less overwhelming to deal with the loot, but now there's like way more layers of RNG to get something that's actually usable. And the problem with that is a lot of the R1s are already trash anyway. Like, you can't cancel out of them. They're like really long animations, and they get you killed to use them. So if you can get one that's even remotely usable, you gotta go through so many layers of RNG to do it. They made the loot worse. They said they were gonna make it more like the FromSoft games, where you don't get like a lot of copies of the same thing, and there's like maybe one that's good. They said that they got rid of the Diablo-style loot. They did not. I can tell you that, they did not. There's still a lot of useless loot. It's just it's even harder to find one that's useful. I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be playing through a game, like, in its entirety, and only have, like, 3 or 4 good items. Like, that's completely asinine. It makes you wonder why you're even playing the game again. It reminds me of when, I don't know if people remember Castlevania Harmony of Despair. But when they were marketing that game, they said that there was less grinding because there was no experience points. And ironically, that game has the worst grind out of any Igavania, Konami Castlevania game, because there's no levels. And the drop rates were abysmal. I remember spending hours to get like the Sonic boots and the Valmon way. They fucking marketed the game and they said, "Oh, there's no leveling up, so there's less grinding." I'm like, "No, there's like 30 times more grinding. You're lying." It took like hours and hours to get that stuff to drop. At least before, it was like, if you're getting crap luck, you know, you had the experience to back it up, so like maybe you could get by with like less good gear. But they removed the experience system, the leveling system entirely. I remember them saying that when that game came out. I'm like, you can't be lying any more than that. I still love that game, but man, saying that it had less grinding is a complete bold-faced lie. Yeah, it was common to like play through some of those levels like hundreds of times, I think, to get some of that stuff to drop if you were especially unlucky. Whereas, like, if that game had experience, you would probably be, like, level 80 by that point. You probably wouldn't need the gear as much. You would still need it, but you had, like, the experience curve as, like, a failsafe. But yeah, that's kind of how Wo Long is. They say that it has less loot. You still get a ton of trash. The only good thing about it, I'd say, is the one, like, major improvement they made with the loot in that game was the fact that you could disassemble the stuff, and then you can, the items, and then you can put those traits on the piece that you actually want. But they made it so much harder to get an actual piece of gear you actually want to use. So I think it's kind of a moot point, if you ask me. I'm sure the game will get better, but it actively pisses me off playing it, so I think I'm just gonna play random stuff this month. Yeah, Harmony of Despair is like the worst grind in any Konami Castlevania by a large mile. That game was really fun to play with friends, but I can't possibly defend the drop system in that game. I'm sure Wo Long will get better. I would not recommend that game right now. There's better action RPGs to play, and I'm not even talking about the obvious choices like Elden Ring. Like, no, the other stuff that they've made, that Team Ninja has made, is better. It's unfair to expect it to be as good as any of the other games that they've made, now that they've had all their DLC and quality of life patches. But I do think that game is in a worse spot than Nioh 1 was. And that game was like 7 years ago. So, that's kind of the problem with it. But the New Game Plus grind seems really bad in Wo Long, like the worst it's been. Stranger of Paradise was pretty bad too. I was smart enough to stop playing that game until the DLC came out, but it seems like wanting there to be less loot has made things worse. Because you can't tell what quality the loot is. Everything is just a generic like shine on the ground. And there's so many different layers of RNG because now you need the weapon to have the right grace. And then you need the weapon to also have R1 moves that don't get you killed. And there's very few of those. Because there's no animation canceling, so... I don't know why they thought giving you moves that leave you stationary and the animation locked for like 3 seconds was good design, but somehow they thought that that was a good thing to do. Like, okay, so every time I do an R1, because I get tired of standing there and waiting for them to attack so I can parry them, because that's the only thing that works. I use an R1 and they just do a red attack and kill me. Like, yeah, great design. I don't know why they have so much animation lock in action games now. It's like they forget that you're fighting like multiple enemies at once in 3D. It's not like it's a fighting game where things are committal for a reason. You know, you can't have like fighting games where characters are safe like all the time because then the other person doesn't get to play. They're stuck in block stun forever. I get that, but it's weird to put that philosophy into an action game where you're fighting like more than one opponent at a time. It really shoehorns you into playing like only one way, which is the problem with Wo Long. You do an R1 and they hyper armor through it and they kill you because you have no control over your character. As soon as you push that button, they're stuck. I'm sure it'll get a lot better with DLC, but even if you like how the game plays, there's a lot of like non-combat things that are wrong with it that I feel they need to fix before I could really recommend it to anybody. You can get Neo 2 on sale. You can get Stranger of Paradise with the DLC for like cheaper. I think those are probably better ones to get. In fact, I'm gonna uninstall it right now. I need some space for other games. I just uninstalled it. It actively pisses me off. I don't feel like giving it time anymore. Let's see what else I feel like playing. Hello. I'm getting better at stopping playing games when they piss me off. That's like the major thing I've really changed. I used to try to give games too many second chances. I'm like, this is not for me, or maybe it will be for me later, but right now it's not, and it's better for my mental health to just uninstall it. I'm kind of feeling like that right now. Wild Hearts was the same too. I did like actually really enjoy that game more than Wo Long, but the PC port was just an unacceptable quality, so I didn't feel like getting pissed off. The game itself was not really pissing me off. The bad port was. And I'm just like, I just don't really enjoy playing this. Maybe if they fix it. I doubt that they can fix it, honestly. I feel like it's another Batman Arkham Knight. Like, they stopped selling that game on PC because it ran so poorly. The port was terrible. Like, the best the best computer parts at the time could barely run it. And then they took it down, and they brought it back, and they, like, fixed it, like, marginally, but not enough. No, the loot is not like Dark Souls at all. If anybody told you that, they're lying. It's still Diablo loot. It still is. It's definitely still Diablo loot. You get less of it. Yes. That's like the one thing that they improved. You don't, like, kill a bat and have, like, 30 pieces of gear drop. They did improve that, yes. But you still get a lot of trash. And there's even more RNG, so I'd argue it's overall worse. Yeah, that's one thing, Lightside. They were saying stuff like that too. Like Stranger of Paradise is the last game to have that kind of loot. Like, no, it's not. It's still the same loot, but it's worse in a lot of ways because there's so much more RNG you have to deal with, and also you can't tell the quality of things until you pick it up. Like, I don't know how you're missing that base functionality. It probably would have been better if they made it like that. Yes, that's what they seem to be indicating before the game came out. But no, it's just Diablo loot again, but less of it and more RNG. Like, thanks, I guess. You didn't really fix the problem.
I'm sorry I left.
Hey, Sora, I got a tip for you. Yippee! More worlds! Doing great, Sora. Great job. Hey, Sora, I got a tip for you.
Power Flood, the problem is they dumb down games and they don't increase their sales. They dumb down the games like crazy. They alienate the people that like the games for being technical. But then, like, they don't really get new people to play either. And that's the weird thing about Wo Long as well, is the first boss is this massive skill check. That's probably one of the hardest first bosses in any Team Ninja game. It's like, okay, so you dumb down the combat to, like, barely anything is left, but you have a boss that people are legit, like, refunding the game over. like, which one is it? Like, if you're gonna dumb down the game, I would expect it to be, like, a little bit more welcoming at the beginning. Because, admittedly, as much as I love their other games, they're not very welcoming. They're very hard from the start. And they expect you to master the mechanics really early on. And nope, you dumb down the combat. But then people can't even beat the first boss, so they're refunding it, so... What was the purpose of that? Yeah, I'd say wait for DLC and patches. I know I sound like a broken record, but, yeah. There's better games to play right now. Everybody's saying the same things about that game, too. It's pretty much unanimous, the problems with it, so I'm sure it'll get fixed. And I got the game bought, so if they do fix it, I'll play it later. Good example of changing things that don't need to be changed. The game being worse off because of it. Sifu update this month? Yeah, I think that's in a few weeks. I'll check that out. Those guys do good. They do good updates. They did add pointless stuff like more story. Pretty much just like, hey, we're just gonna give you, like, more ways to play. I actually really appreciate that. Too many people ask for story DLC in games like that. It's like, alright, you're gonna play it once. You're gonna watch the cutscene once, and never again. And then you're gonna uninstall the game because there's nothing else to do. Better to be like, hey, here's more ways to play what's already there. That's fun and engaging. I think that's better overall, I would say. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Try this! It's over! Take this!
This game feels really good with mods. I only played this for like 20 hours, so it's kind of been... I haven't been tired of games, I've just been tired of disappointing games. It's been nice to come back and play this again. There'll be some good games coming out soon. It's just, first quarter of this year is pretty weak for me. It's been like barely anything I wanted to play. I know this past month had 2 games I wanted to play, but they're both like broken or not good. So kind of got to coast by with older stuff, which isn't gonna get me views, but nothing I can do about it. It's not my fault. I don't really have any money for games this month anyway.
Here we go! So long! Take this! It's over! Yeah!
Hello.
Okay, the first thing we've got to do is head down the street.
Galaxy Toys is on the other side of town.
My shield! Get out of here!
Forgot how much I hated this part. Gimmick. Can't just fight normally. Gotta do a mini game. Bayonetta 3 all over again. God, Bayonetta 3. It's been a rough couple months running this channel. Everything I've wanted to play has been so disappointing. Bayonetta 3 sucked. Wo Long sucked. Wild Hearts had potential, but barely worked, so I uninstalled it. It's just been a crappy month to run this channel. I'm sorry if I've been, like, more depressed lately, but it sucks when stuff like that happens and you have, like, no control over it. But that's where I've been at, trying to, like, play new games and stuff, but none of them fucking work, or they're bad. No, it's worse. It's worse. The game sucks. Dumb it down for the Souls crowd. Be some good games coming out in the second quarter of the year. I'll probably like playing, but right now it's dry period. Pinnacle of Combat coming out. Phantom Blade Executioners I'm excited for. I'll definitely play those games. I'm looking forward to that more than any of the console stuff right now. Those games will be something I'll actually enjoy playing. Then they'll work. It won't be broken like everything else I've tried to play. Just be a little rough until those games come out is all. I still have more to do on Stranger of Paradise. I'll probably go back and play that. I would rather play that than Wo Long. Wo Long is just not for me. It's so dumbed down and boring. The combat sucks. I'm not doing well financially, no. You found the channel because of Wild Hearts, well, thank you for sticking around. I'm glad that shit PC port got me a subscriber at least.
3 rails.
Yeah.
That's worth something.
Each one leads somewhere different.
I uninstalled that game weeks ago. That game was not worth the 50 gigs it was taking up on my NVMe drive.
Nice.
Apparently they put out a patch like a day or two ago and it didn't fix the performance at all. Like, yeah, I have no faith that you'll ever fix that game. I really wanted to play it, but... I honestly don't think that they can fix it. I really don't think that they can fix it. That game does, like, really ambitious stuff. Like, it has, it has, like, persistent building. Like, when somebody joins your game, the stuff that they build stays. It's, like, really cool stuff that they're doing with it, but the engine can't handle it, so... Maybe you should not have all that ambitious stuff in the game when it barely runs. Wo Long just is very resource intensive for something that looks really bad. That's basically what it is. Wild Hearts is pushing that engine to the limits, but the engine can like barely handle the game, so it barely works. Forgot how much I hated this world because you can't fight normally. You gotta do these stupid mini games. Well, I didn't pay for Wild Hearts. I was smart enough to not pay $70 for that game. Because I had a hunch that it would be a shit port. I paid for the EA Play thing for 1 month. I paid for 1 month of it. And I said, if the game doesn't work by the time that they're gonna bill me my debit card again, I was gonna uninstall it. So I did. They put out like 2 patches. They fixed some bugs, but the game still runs like garbage, so I uninstalled it and canceled the subscription. It's not worth my time. This is a shame. I really was enjoying playing it. It was fun. I liked it more than Monster Hunter even, but I can't justify paying $70 for a game that barely runs on like pretty much like the second best processor that's available right now. And 8 gigs of VRAM should be more than enough to play a game that looks like that, but it wasn't, so I made the decision to just uninstall. I've been under a lot of stress lately. I don't feel healthy trying to get stuff like that to work. I shouldn't need to. I more than exceed the recommended specs, so... It's one thing if you have a crap computer and you're trying to run, like, modern games and they don't run. It's like, okay, well, you know, you're gonna have to accept that, like, maybe your computer just can't run this. That's different. When you exceed the recommended specs for a computer game, and it still doesn't work, I have no patience for that anymore. I don't. Especially because what's killing me financially is paying off this computer upgrade. And then I've had like multiple games like that that just have complete trash ports that I can barely run. I'm just fed up with it. I'd rather play old stuff that's backlogged, and I've been doing the Steam Deck videos, which have been doing pretty well. People seem to like those, and they cost me nothing because I already bought those games years ago. I'm just kind of making do with that right now. Sorry if it's not what people want, but I'm limited by what games are out and what games actually work right now. That's kind of where we're at right now. I have like no gaming budget this month at all. The gaming budget was well long, and the only reason I bought that is because it was on sale for like 45 bucks. So I know that game will get better later, but right now it's not worth playing.
Now, go, go, go!
Well, the thing about Wo Long is they claim that they dumbed it down to make it more accessible, but people are refunding because of the first boss, so I don't really know what that accomplished, if anything. I feel like if you dumbed it down, I would expect people to not be stuck on the first boss for 5 hours and refunding. I feel that's kind of counterproductive because the gameplay is way worse, but they put a really difficult skill check boss in the first, like, 20 minutes of gameplay. Very weird. I didn't have too much trouble with him, but I'm obviously very experienced with Team Ninja action RPGs and action games in general. I thought it was a good boss. It didn't frustrate me at all, but when you market the game as being more accessible than the earlier titles, and the first boss is making people rage quit and refund, then I don't really know what the purpose was in I don't really know what the purpose was in dumbing the combat down. Clearly it did not have the intended result. I feel like if it did, people wouldn't be rage refunding.
I can't give up.
I generally won't rage refund a game if it frustrates me. I'll generally keep trying because I know the game will get better, but if the game runs like garbage like Wild Hearts, yeah, I will rage refund. So it's like not even worth my time at that point. They have like just frame parries in that game, and I don't know how you're supposed to pull them off with the game lagging so much.
Here we go. Is this it? This is the one.
It's crazy how, on the topic of shit PC ports, I don't ever think they even updated this port. It just worked perfectly from day one. Like, they did an amazing job. I know this game is divisive. I'm not really a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but this port is really good. Even without the mods. Like, even if there was no mods, the mods make it the best version, of course, but they did a fucking incredible job with the port for this game. Definitely one of the best console PC ports to come out in, like, the last several years, I'd say. Probably this, Monster Hunter Rise, DMC 5. It's looking like the Resident Evil 4 remake is going to have a really good port, too.
Wait, do you hear something?
I think it's coming from over there.
What's up, Dissidia?
It can't be.
Anti-form mod, I haven't tried that yet. I'm not very good at this game. But I don't really get pissed off because I know I'm not good at it. I only get pissed off at games when I know I can do better. This, I'm like not very good. Wild Heart's bad on console too? I haven't really looked at the console versions. Wo Long sucks anyway. It's just worse. Too dumbed down. I don't like it.
This town ain't big enough.
Yeah, your Wild Hearts is best on PS5, but it still drops frames a ton.
Battle positions.
No way.
Oh, that's that slow-mo? Yeah. Yeah, I gave up on both of those games. Wild Hearts is better than Wo Long gameplay-wise for sure, but they're both garbage ports. I have other stuff to play that actually works. I don't feel like getting pissed off over games I'm already like not feeling that much. I had to kind of change that because that was something that I was doing that was not healthy. I'm not supposed to be fixing their game for them in the first place, but I was really stubborn in trying to do that. It's like, nah, I shouldn't have to do that. I meet the recommended specs the game should run, period. And if it doesn't, I'll give it a little bit of elbow grease. And if it doesn't work, I'm done. So I didn't pay for Wild Hearts. I paid for that trial. I paid for that EA Play Pro or whatever it's called. No, you're not getting 70 bucks from me. Sorry. Make your game actually function and maybe you'll get 70 bucks. Oh, New Genesis? Yeah. I think that game is dumbed down too, but I don't know. I might try that game again. We'll see. Well, the problem with Wild Hearts is it does, like, really ambitious stuff. Like, having stuff that you build stay persistent. Like, not only when you turn off the game and turn it back on, it stays persistent even when people join your party. Like, the stuff that they build stays. The problem is that the engine can't handle that. That game does a lot of really cool, innovative stuff that sets it apart from Monster Hunter. It's not just a Monster Hunter clone. Don't listen to anybody who says it is. They're lying to you. There's a lot of really cool, unique stuff about that game. The problem is that the game engine can't handle it, so you have like the umbrella in the game where you can do like just frame parries, but you have like the just frame parries and stuff, but the game drops frames so much that you can barely do it. I'm not very good at this game. I never said that I was. I shouldn't be playing on critical, honestly. I'm just having fun right now. I'm not getting pissed off like I normally do. I think a lot of people think I get pissed off at every game. I get pissed off if I know I can do better. Like Kingdom Hearts, it's like, whatever, I don't care. It's kind of one of the crappier bosses anyway. I don't care about Resident Evil, man. Fuck Resident Evil, I'm tired of it. Where's Basara? Where's Basara? I'm sick of Resident Evil. They make a million of those games. They don't make actual interesting stuff anymore. I don't care about the remake. I got enough of that game when it came out 20 years ago.
This town ain't big enough.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that. It seems like it's pretty bullshit. This boss kind of sucks anyway because of the hyper armor.
can't be.
I don't feel like playing this anymore. I'm bad at it. I'll play something I'm actually good at. I don't really want to go back to PSO2 New Genesis. I might, but that game's dumbed down and shitty too, like Wo Long. There's just no good games coming out. There's no good games coming out. Everything's either a boring shooter or open world game, and boring shit like that I don't care for. Or it's like Wild Hearts, where I really wanted to play it, but the port is just trash. It was better for my mental health to just give up on it. I did really want to make content for that game, but nah. I'm not paying $70 for a barely functional game. Sifu update looked good, yeah. I'll probably play that. It's like the only, well, there's that, and there's, DMC Pinnacle of Combat this month. That's in like 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, actually. It's on the 23rd. So, that'll be the next new game I'm doing, pretty much. I know people are probably tired of watching my little rotation of comfort food games, but, yeah, that's the next new game I'll be doing, is that. They already said that they contacted me and they're giving me the content creator program for that game, so I have like guaranteed access into it, and I have some free keys to give away. So, yeah, that'll be the next new game that I do. But until then, I'm not really playing any new games. Nero is going to be in it, yes. Nero will be in 2.0. That's already been confirmed. Yeah, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. DM me right now and remind me. I don't have them yet. But I have to give one to you and the Helvetii developer, because they sponsored me. They sponsored me for the Steam Deck, so I'm gonna give that person one, and then I'll give one to you because you've donated to me in the past, and then I'll have 3 more. So the other 3 will go to other people in the community. They said I'm supposed to be getting 5, so we'll work with that. But yeah, 2 are already reserved. Yes, you'll get one. You'll get a key. You're confirmed to get a key because you've helped me out in the past, but I do have to save others for people who haven't donated or whatever. Forgot he has like no defense. Trying out new teams. Just bored right now. Must have not upgraded him. So what's he wearing? Oh yeah, his weapon sucks, no wonder. Yeah, I play this game just to chill out. I've been really frustrated with the channel lately. It's been doing poorly, and games that could have grown my channel just didn't work out. So I just like playing stuff that just makes me happy. I'm a hard worker to a fault. I don't know when to give up sometimes. Probably do some more Steam Deck videos because those are stress-free. People seem to like them. It's a nice thing to have right now. I'm also really stressed about money right now, too. I have a vacation I can barely pay for coming up. So I'm trying to raise funds through the channel. Shit, I gotta go to caregiving soon. I lost track of time. I gotta go soon. Probably after this map. Yeah, head out. I gotta go to the grocery store before I go over there. Realize how late it was. Yeah, I know you're new here. I have a little rotation of games I play that I just play to chill out. I don't really have any new games to play right now, as you already mentioned. I have some stuff backlogged I might start. But there will be some new games this month. There'll be Pinnacle of Combat beta is going to be soon. Like 10 days, I think. I gotta make a community post about that. I have 5 keys and 2 are reserved, so there'll be 3 for anybody else. There's no donations required or needing to subscribe to my SoundCloud or anything. Just straight normal contest. Probably set that up. That's supposed to be on the 23rd. So that's very exciting. That's something new to play. Oh, that makes me feel better right there. One of the best tag combo games out there. Game's always fun to come back and play. It's supposed to be getting mods soon, from what I hear. Somebody might be looking into 120 FPS support for this game, which is going to be really awesome. So 120 FPS support for Dynasty Warriors 8 already. I already tried that out. It feels pretty good. I might check that out on tonight's stream, if I stream tonight. I don't know if I'll feel like it. I don't know how much people like these directionless streams where I'm like not really working towards a goal. I'm just like playing games randomly. Well, that's kind of where we're at right now. There's nothing really new to play, so I'd rather just have fun dicking around and getting frustrated with games I'm like not liking or they don't work right. Alright, well, I had better go. It's 5:30. We actually have good weather here in Southern California for once, so I need to go to the store and buy some stuff. I think I need to get a couple things for my trip and then some snacks for the next few days, so I gotta do that, and then I gotta combo that into my caregiving job. I might stream over there, actually. I might play some mobile games over there. No promises, but I'm feeling like I might do that. It might be after I feed the cats, though, 'cause it's more relaxing then. The cats are calm, and I've done all my work over there for the night. So yeah, there'll probably be another stream over there. I'll probably play some Streets of Rage X, because that's been very fun to play too. And that doesn't piss me off. The game fucking works. I actually like playing it. I think those are good criteria for choices of games to play right now. So thanks for watching. I do really need help with expenses, so want to help, there you go. If I don't see you guys in about an hour, it'll probably be in like 2.5 hours. I'll probably play some mobile games over there. So yeah, thanks for watching.